but keep it light. Truth with a laugh, yeah, we vibing tonight. Seriously and seriously, keep it curious. Break it down, have some fun.
Great. Just sip your water.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it right here with me.
We don't want you. I hate that you're sick, but you know what? Beyonce gets sick
Power
too, and she
through.
still persists. Yes,
She does.
yes.
She eats a bad Wagyu beef every now and again, right?
Yeah, and you got the point.
Probably
Okay,
not.
sometimes,
Probably not.
sometimes it happens.
Ugh.
But before we
We're
just
here. We're
before
for
we
you.
re yes, before we get into the show, I just want to mention because you were talking about Lil Mama. Let me tell you,
Yeah, yes.
I ran into her years back, so it's probably like 10 years ago. I was at Upfronts. This is when I worked back at BET. I was at Upfronts. And so that's when they
Okay.
showcase like all the new
Mm-hmm.
shows that are coming out.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
Kelly Rowland had like a she had like a show that she was working on for them. And Eva was there too. Like it was
Okay.
around that time. And Lil Mama she had the most stank attitude in this
Really?
room. Yes. Yeah, she had like the worst attitude. Like, because of course people want to come up and take pictures with folks, and she's like
Yeah.
rolling her eyes and just like, no, thank you. After that point, and it's so crazy because I like what I vividly remember is like, sis, you got beady beads on your neck. Like, this is you are not giving high end. You're not giving
Anything.
what you think you're giving in this space that
Which is
all of us are
really
sharing.
surprising.
From her?
Yeah, because like, baby, you
Mm.
are the like least famous.
Was.
Like,
Is.
that's what I'm saying. So like, not you up somewhere trying to buff off a picture. You should be jumping up to take the pictures, honey.
You would think
I don't
so,
get it.
but it was just from that moment on, it just kind of like turned me off. I'm like, whatever. But Eva was nice and all those folks, they were beautiful,
That's
very,
good.
very good folks. But anyway, now let's get into the show. And I just want to say, I hope you feel better and welcome to
Thank you
Sus
so
Pod,
much.
folks. I'm TJ.
Welcome. I'm TP.
All right, let's get into it. I want to get my good sis out of here. My good sus. I want to get my good sus out of here so we can so you can go and heal. And I can
Thank
go
you.
eat. So let's kick it
Mm-hmm.
off with other people's business.
Yeah, you know me, you down with OPB for everything.
So here we are. It is Wednesday, November the 5th. Yesterday you worked the polls. We had
Mm-hmm.
this wonderful
I did.
election. The Democrats had a
Amen. Great one.
sweep all across the country. Um, New Democratic governor in Virginia. New Democratic governor in New Jersey. There also was
Amen.
some really great things that happened in California.
Amen.
Amen. And I think the most wonderful thing about all of it, like, first off, I had a hangover all day today because we were celebrating last night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of the lessons. Oh yeah, I almost forgot Zohran. Like that was like the biggest event of the night.
Mm-hmm.
How could I
Yeah. Very,
forget?
very excited for that.
Yes, I can't wait to see what he does. But I think like all of the doom and gloom that we've all been through over this last 9 months, 10 months, whatever, folks coming out and showing that, they can't steal an election when you all come out and vote in strong numbers. And what you were able to see is that I know they're trying to gerrymander, redistrict, and all that stuff, but the way that this is going to backfire on them so hard when
Yeah.
the
Yep.
people are energized. Something that really just kind of went under the radar was that in Kansas, they were going to do it, but after yesterday, they said, "Nah, we're just not going to. We going to back away from trying
Wow. I
to
didn't know that.
change the maps." Yeah. So, Democrats are pushing forward. California, we're going to get 5. Westmore said in Maryland, he said, we're going to do it. We're going to push to do it too. Virginia has
Period.
joined the fold. They said we're going to get into it too. So, hey, it's the game is on. Um,
Period.
so how was it? But beyond that, how was yesterday for you?
Yeah, it was really interesting to see people. One of the things that always intrigues me is how much people don't read, um,
Mm,
and and take their time to read because yesterday was not a primary. And so when it's not a not I mean, it was not like it was not a primary, so people were having to vote in their like polling locations and not really knowing their like, polling locations because the last time that
hmm
they voted like early voting or in one stop shop, which also is concerning because it's like when's the last time that you vote? But they just don't understand the voting process, and it always is interesting to see people want to be civilly involved but don't know how to just because of all the rules and regulations. It was also good to see a lot of black folks getting out and rocking the vote. I live in a primarily like black district, basically, I'm pretty sure, or at least the side of my town is. I mean, my part of Charlotte is. And it was just really nice to see the black folks in this area being like, well, call B Dot Nim and tell B Dot to come on down and have his ID ready. And you know what B Dot did? Got his ass down there and voted. So it was very nice to see people having more of a want to get engaged. To your point, like you can try to steal the election, but if people are coming out and they're gonna vote, you can't steal an election if people are voting. And I think this time I talked to a couple different people who were like sidebarring me, especially in curbside, that really were just saying like I'm here because I know that if I don't get my ass out for every single election now, that I lose out on protecting not only me but my grandchildren or my
mm.
children or whoever. So it was really nice to see people, but even old folks that can't walk, honey, they was out there rocking the motherfucking vote, and I said I know that's right.
That's beautiful, especially for this is just an off year. I love to see it. I love
Mm-hmm.
to see it. To see it. It
Yeah,
warms my heart
yeah.
a ton. While all this is happening, the government is still shut down. It's the longest shutdown in history
So
now.
ghetto.
Uh,
So
I,
ghetto.
crazy enough, Donald Trump came out. He posted on Truth Social, and he's just like, Republican, it's y'all fault that the government is shut down, and this is why you all are losing. And so, what he's trying to do here is tell them to eliminate the filibuster, which for the people who don't know, the filibuster is helps us keep the threshold on passing legislation in the Senate. It allows the minority to still have a voice here. So if it was gone, you could pass more bills and legislation with like 50, 51 votes, which means you could get like DC as a state, Puerto Rico as a state, like for all of that type of stuff. But people
Mhm.
are cautious, the senators are cautious to do that because the pendulum swings.
Yep.
So in one breath, they could pass a bill that said abortion is illegal nationwide, and then who knows, 6 months
Yeah.
later, God knows what happens, they could reverse that, and it could be a whole bunch of different other things going on. It's a lot of
Yeah.
shenanigans.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe I don't know. I feel like they should do it, but I don't want them to do it right now. I don't
Yeah, I
think
think
this
it's
is the
like
right moment.
the atomic bomb that we just don't need to drop this second. I think there's
Hmm
opportunity for it to work, but I just don't know if this is the appropriate time to do it. It's just too like volatile right now. It's even
hmm
more interesting that like people, even though they have blind loyalty to Trump, is not but so blind
hmm
because they're not willing to your point, they are looking at the blowback from both sides. So they like, yeah, nah, I'm not finna fuck it up for us all. Not this soon, cause to your point, the pendulum's gonna swing back. And I think I watched or not watched, I just watched somebody talk about how Obama was elected all these years ago and blah 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 blah. And somebody was like, yes, and we are still reeling from the pendulum swinging that far to the left
Mhm.
to this day. We're still paying for it. And I was like, wow, that's such a good point, because they wanted to pay us back for electing a nigga. Period.
And they paid us back. They did.
They did. They absolutely did.
Twofold. Um,
My
well,
God.
with that being said, I really hope that the folks who are furloughed and whatnot, that they get their paychecks, they get their money.
Yes.
Donald Trump's still trying to starve the people. It's
Mm-hmm.
disgusting.
If you in the military and you know me and you ain't got no food, you can come to my house.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Very nice.
I love that.
I
Y'all
said
be
if you
cooking
know me
down.
though.
Oh,
We
okay.
do.
Y'all
If
do
you
be cooking
know
down.
me. Yeah, big difference.
Request the garlic noodles.
Request the garlic noodles, honey.
Yes.
Request them.
They slap. They slap.
They do.
All right. So this week there's been a lot of interesting scams going on from some of y'all's. I'm not going to call them your favorites, but I do know some
Why
people who do like.
not?
I do know some folks who do still like Tiffany Evans. So, she's one of them.
Mm.
You know, they have the memories of like Promise Ring. I know
Very
that was your
much.
jam.
It very much so. Gets played in this household at least twice a month.
Okay, well, let me take you to why Sis is in hot water. So over
Okay.
the actually, this has been going on for a while. This is the crazy part. Tiffany Evans has been working with there's been two artists, and they're two Black artists that have requested features from her. It seems like her going rate these days is about $500 or something. They reach out, they request it. $500.
Girl.
She took the $500 from both these people.
Crazy.
And let me give them a shout out, because I'm sure that they, I
Deserve
mean,
it.
yeah. One of them is named Zohran Knight. So
Okay, Joran.
he had a song called, well, one of his songs called Merry Go Round, but I don't think that's the same jam that Tiffany
That
Evans
she
is
was
working
supposed to
with.
be
But
on.
he reached out to her for a feature. He's like, I don't really have that coin like that, because I'm an independent artist, and you got to invest in,
Yeah.
the mixing and all this other stuff. She takes the money. And this is repeated behavior, because she did the same thing to someone named Cadence Jones too. So she takes the $500 and then she just delays, or ghosts. She just don't say nothing.
Not you
And then she
stealing,
gives like
honey.
for months, she'd be like, she either would not say anything, or she'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I've been so busy. I just have to get over to my engineer, and I just want it to be perfect and all this, yada, yada, yada. Like, I'm still working on my lyrics and whatever the case is. And these people have been begging her and begging her and begging her to, like, please, can you just
Give
either
me
refund
my
me,
money.
or right, like, give me my money back, or give me the verse. And then she doesn't even
That's
do that.
crazy.
Now that's the double gag of it all. Because in
She
some of these
said,
cases,
uh-uh.
absolutely, she said I gotta put food on the table, which is, it's so crazy to me that she could do this to two people that have come out publicly about it, because like I said, it's taken so long for them to get their money back or a response, that I can only imagine that she's probably done this with a ton of other folks too, because it seems like a pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor Cadence and
Jerron.
Joel and then Jerron. Um, I just it's kind of crazy that, like, okay, so first we started talking about Little Mama, and you got the nerve to be stealing, okay? And Tiffany Evans, you better be lucky that with your amazing talent, you better be glad that somebody paying you some attention outside of praising the Lord down to the same church house that Tyler Perry created. So, like,
Mm.
it just is crazy that you stealing $500. Like, girl,
Just
what you
$500.
doing? That's what
Can
I'm
you like?
saying. Just $500?
It's enough. It's like these are crumbs, but like $500 is
Crazy work.
honestly not even worth all like doing all these shenanigans.
No, it is not. Nowhere near it. That's crazy.
If you had $500, who would you pay for a feature?
If I have $500, who would I pay for a feature? Wow. Well, first of all, who the fuck gonna take a $500 feature?
That'd be obviously there's a Lil Mama.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. If I have $500, no. If I have $500, I'm trying to get a feature from Deetra. You know what I'm talking about from TikTok? I don't know her name. She'd be like, let me say this, y'all. I
I
like
don't know who that
her.
is.
She be the girl that be with JT sometimes. And I'm pretty in it, and she got the little dance on TikTok. And she like, let me say this, y'all. I love
Does she
her.
sing?
No. She rapped though.
Okay, we love a little bebop
Terribly.
one too.
But I think the song that I'm gonna produce that's worth a $500 feature, she should definitely be on it. And what's her name? Respect to the Law. I think, matter of fact, I think I could split 250 and 250 and get Respect for the Law, and then Dietrich from TikTok for her to say, "Let me say this, y'all." Cause she got one
Okay,
song that she done made. It's like, I'm the baddest chick he ever had. And that's all she says the entire song. And I think that's genius.
I'm the baddest chick this boy ever had. Now go on ex's mama.
So I think I would do those two, split that 500 and just really like make the most of my coin.
I like it. I would do like
Thank you.
Shamar. You might as well
That's a
just
good one.
go big, or Kaya.
Ooh, Kaya. She ain't gonna take that. She not about to take
She's
that.
not gonna take that. She's not gonna take that.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, that would have been. It's a little trashy, but you know, it's worth a try. Okay, so other folks who have been scamming. This woman named Rhoda Osman back in 2023, and if you're listening, adding a clip here, but if you're watching, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sus the
Period.
Pod on YouTube and on TikTok. But if you're watching, you'll be able to see what this girl looks like, so you have more context there. Rhoda in 2023, she went viral because she said that a man threw a brick at her outside of a bar in Texas, and her face was like really swollen up. But she said he did it because she didn't give her number to him, and of course that creates so much like dialogue and all that stuff about how men are trash, which is true.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me.
If I recall this correctly, I mean, the internet was just like, the internet, you know, the folks are armchair detectives, and they're like, I don't know if this story adds up. I don't know. You know, the folks are, the wheels are turning because everything's a conspiracy. Well, they were correct because the police got involved, and she has just been convicted
Wow.
of theft in connection to this particular incident, because what her game was is that she's raising all this money through GoFundMe, and she's using the money to do trips and spa shares and like ride on Ubers and like do all this stuff. And she said that this was for like medical expenses, but the court records showed that she had all this stuff covered by like Medicare or something, and she has already had like existing conditions. She had edema, which also Wendy Williams has too, in case you are wondering like what that, you know, what that stuff is. But so she lied and she used this money inappropriately, and now she is locked up.
This is
And so
crazy.
is it not crazy? I mean, the folks are so thirsty to have a moment online to just go viral. And like this is so like rage baity.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna react. And of course if you do the GoFundMe, that folks are at least going to throw you, $1,000 here, $50, blah blah blah. Like if the story hit the right person, you gonna run the bag up. And
Yeah,
usually
for
people
sure.
don't really do any investigations about it.
Which is even crazier. It's the whole like hitting yourself with a brick and fucking your own self up and try like cause of the boy and somebody didn't give you their number and you really like why you do all of that and the insurance and the Medicaid, girl. What, Wendy, what is up with all these people scamming? Stop scamming.
So I also want to add that the prosecutors, they believe that what happened was that she fell and hit her face, and then it swole up, and then she used that moment because she was drunk, and she used that moment to create this
To
story.
capitalize.
You got to be more vigilant on who you give money to. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's crazy work. Not you fell down the steps drunk as hell talking about some he hit me. No, we ought to hit your ass now.
Well, the,
Oh, that's
the the
terrible.
judge the judge hit her with that book
Period. As they
because
rightfully should have.
I think she got a couple months. Like I think she's like in the slammer now. Like she got a couple months. I think she'll
Good.
be out in
She
January
should
or
have
something.
been.
A fool.
Absolutely should have been. Mm.
All
Wow, that's
right.
crazy.
So I know that you wanted to bring up this particular topic,
Yeah.
and I was dreading it a lot.
Not dreading it.
I was dreading it, dreading it,
Why?
because I've heard from a lot of people about this, and I'm just like, please, I'm already shattered and heartbroken.
Okay.
So
I guess that's a good reason why.
I'm shattered. The other day, Nicki Minaj, I know we retired her, but this is important ish.
Not
Um,
ish.
she complimented Donald Trump, the president of the United States, he did like some post on Truth Social where he was talking about actually like going into Nigeria and like helping
Crazy.
them in some type of conflict that they're having, that they say that Christians are being prosecuted there. And
Girl, what?
Minaj did like this whole post about, how she supports that and she wants to stand up for Christianity and yada, 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 yada. And she got into it with one of the gays. And I, I mean, this is okay. So this piece here, I'm not too versed on whatever's going on in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if Donald Trump's involved, I don't think it's a good thing. Now, what actually like got me, and I have to say this now, and so no one asked me again. I do not follow that lady. I unfollowed her. I muted her. I don't follow her at all on no platforms.
Okay, that's good.
Okay? But it was the moment that she reposted, apparently the White House saw the praise that she gave them, and then they used, that bees in the trap, what's going on
They
trend.
used that one?
They used it on their White House TikTok page,
Oh no.
and they made a video with Trump and Melania, and Minaj was like super excited, and she's like, whoever did this at the White House, they get unlimited backstage passes for life and all that stuff. I'm disgusted. I was so disgusted that I had to just, like I said, ooh, my heart is shattered, but I had to let it go.
First of all, whoever shared this gets unlimited backstage passes is crazy. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. And also, like, she's just gone off the rails. That's just really what it is. My girl has just gone off the rails. I don't know what is going on with her. I don't know why. she thinks that this is like the thing to capitalize on top of, and where she's like taking up this like Christian mantle all of a sudden. It's like
Mm.
you literally talk about sucking pussy, and you think that the Christians are going to be like, yes, we are Nicki Minaj. That's the one that we need to make sure stands up for us in the name of the Lord. She's dressed in a fucking assless chap, and here she is. Like, come on, please. I hope whatever weird and odd thing comes her way, she deserves. How about that?
I just want the people to know that I have morals and I have standards, and
And we love that.
politics is my jam, and being on the right side of that is important to me. And I'm sorry that, she's not on that side, and it's confirmed because I had a whole argument about that with somebody else today. As it's
Yep.
confirmed that she is not for our people. So
You
I
know
just have to
what?
cut it loose.
While we're here, let's swing back around and get Lala Anthony talking about some go vote
Wait,
for
hold on. Let's
Cuomo.
debate this one. I want to hear your thoughts. Give it to me right now.
Mad fucking
That's what he
weird.
said.
Like, mad fucking weird, bro. Like, what part of Lala would make you think that what you call him, what's his name,
Cuomo,
would be a fit for the New York in which you want to live in, right? Because I don't even know if she's actually from. Is she from New York?
I think she just. I don't know if she's
Lives,
from
yeah,
there.
I don't
I
think
think she
she's
just
from
lives
there.
there.
But like all of the things that you would think that a celebrity like that, I would say she's a B-list celebrity, would do like that. Why the fuck like that doesn't even seem like it computes across my forehead. Like I don't understand where she got that from. So posting that picture, you see she took that shit down quick as fuck though. But like that was weird. That was so strange to me. I was like, not Cuomo. What the fuck?
Okay, so this is where we have to agree to disagree because
Really?
so this is yes, really, because I feel like first off, I feel like y'all are being too hard on her for this one, and whatever the case is. But the reason why I say that is because people skip over the whole fact. Boom, the man is a Democrat. He was the governor of the state, and he was going to go be reelected if not for scandal, if not for those sexual allegations that happened. And then also, I think even still, when the people came out and was like, they were killing old people at the COVID. I think that he still would have been reelected because regardless, he's still got New York out of that mess that was happening, right? And the thing is, he was obviously a good governor. And that was the whole thing. Like he was a good governor. He did good things. He was the same governor at the same time as like de Blasio and help, usher in all these other changes and reforms that happened in New York and took on Trump. New York City, his heart was not in that race. I would not be surprised if he runs for governor again. But I feel like trying to paint him as being like this Republican who I want the people to also realize there was a Republican on the ballot who was very much aligned with Donald Trump. Cuomo only ran as an independent because he lost the Democratic primary. And mind you, 40% of that city still voted for him too. So, I mean, I feel like the people are just too harsh on her about it because I think we have to, a lot of times we do have a lot of this, we have a lot of the same goals, but there's different ways to reach these type of goals.
True.
And I think that there has to be like some type of race here on how we get there. I think it's unfair.
So I want to separate this a little bit. Do you think the
Yes.
personal persecution of Lala is what you have the problem with, not necessarily people being pissed off that she would not vote for the most, I think, the most fit candidate for the experience in which the New York City that we know is trying to get to. Because I do hear the fact that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Hear that all the
Yes.
way. But I also think that there's still room to persecute one, because we can, about who they choose. I think the pitting against against the two of them is a bit extreme, but I still think that Lala at a time such as this one was a bit tone deaf to be like, Cuomo. Like, that just felt a bit like, so
Well,
that's really
like
what I'm thinking there. Not necessarily that one can't, like, because I guarantee you that you sit Lala down in a room, she couldn't even talk to you about the policy positioning that either one of them had. Hell, we just found out that Kim Kardashian using Chat GTP for her shit. So they friends, both dummies together.
what I'll say is that, like I said, 40% of that city voted for Cuomo.
True,
Still,
true, true. Very
they
true.
did. They did. I like it, and I just don't think that that particular job was a fit for him.
No.
And if he runs, like I said, if he runs for governor again, I'll I'll probably put more money in it that he would probably win it than not.
Zohran?
What?
Then who?
That he would win governor if Cuomo ran for governor again. I
You
feel like
think
he would
so?
probably win it. Think he's gonna do it?
That he would win? I'm surprised you said
Yeah.
that.
If you're getting 40% of New York City,
True. I guess that's
the rest of
that's a good chunk of people. Yeah.
yeah, and then the rest of the state, I'm sure he will pull good numbers the
I
rest of the
wonder what
state
the
because
percentage was that was captured elsewhere in between the two of them. Like
like
how
where?
much of the uh like who voted, like when they voted for either Cuomo or what you call him? Like, wasn't Eric Adams still on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how much of the percentage of the state voted for the other people and not just the two of them.
Oh, so Eric Adams got less than 1%, I believe, and
Okay, well
then
then it don't
the
matter.
Republican got about 7%,
Okay.
and then Zohran had 50, and Cuomo had like 41, 42.
Okay. Okay, I mean, I could see it.
Look.
I don't know if he would win. I feel like people came out in droves this time to really think it, even though with the 40%, not negating it, clearly he has some, like, skin in the game. But I don't think he generates the same sense of hope and feeling that what you call him does. And that's what I that's why I'm like, I don't know if he would win, but I mean maybe, who knows? I'm not a New Yorker.
Look, statewide is different from running a city
That's true. That's true.
because you
That's
you gotta
true.
you gotta get people inside. But anyway, uh, so I think we've been on this piece this piece quite long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wrap up here for my God, why I'm so gravelly
So you got to get you
for
some
other
water,
people's
honey.
business. I know, so I'm gonna wrap up here for other people's business.
Hopefully it's water in that
Mm.
cup.
Oh, it is. It is
Mm-hmm.
water. Okay. Woo. All right. Now it's time for Is It Really That Deep? And I had a
Mm-hmm.
very, very long one. And I had to ask Chat GPT to cut this down because it was like 3 pages.
Girl, they about to get you. You just said Chat GTP, and they're gonna be like, "Are you using AI?" So, and is.
Well, yes. Yes. All right. Throat is clear. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start out.
This is pulled from a relationship forum that I think was posted today. The funny thing is, if anyone wants to tell their thoughts or feelings about it, I'll be happy to post what y'all think as a response into
Okay,
the group chat. So it reads, "Hi, I'm a 47-year-old Latino man married to my 50-year-old wife for about 20 years. When we married, she already had 2 children and we later had 1. I have always been the main provider, covering 100% of the household bills, vacations, and her expenses. She worked on and off maybe half the time we've been together, earning around 40 to 50K per year, and while I would make 250K coin. Despite this, I've never asked her to contribute financially and even sent her an extra $3,000 monthly to save for emergencies. I bought her Birkin bags, nice cars, made sure she and the kids had everything they needed. And lately, I've been struggling financially, paying both the rent and mortgage because of the kids are older now. So he's helping out there. And haven't been able to send her any extra money. When I told her, she said she had no savings, even though she's been getting $5,000 to $7,000 a month between his money and her salary. Beyond the finances, the whole marriage has just been emotionally draining, and she refused to cook, clean, participate in like family activities, and she spends most of her time watching TV and tracking his moves on Find My Friends and yelling at him when he makes small mistakes. And their home is in disarray and chaos. They actually put pictures in there. The house is nasty.
Not they
Um,
put pictures.
they absolutely put pictures in there. These are the home is disorganized and chaotic. She isolates me from my friends and family, and our relationship has been loveless for years. I once tried to leave, but guilt over our teenage daughter, who is slightly autistic, because of Tylenol, keeps me from doing it. I'm exhausted, working 12-hour days, often skipping meals because I have no money, no savings, and no emotional support. I just want to know how to move forward and how to reclaim peace, respect, and stability after giving this whole marriage and everything so much time.
Yeah, no. So there's a few things here that give me this is self-induced because
Mm,
let me tell you something. These gender roles gonna fuck y'all up every time. I'm gonna tell you why. Because for me, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. So you get in this marriage and I'm the provider. I'm gonna do all these things. You ain't got to work. We not, it's not team like it is not 50-50 split. It's not 70-30 split. It be 100 and nothing. And then over
mm,
time, those things become strenuous or they become hard and fast rules unwritten. And when you decide that as a person you change or who you are in your innate self does not necessarily align with those things, or over years you decide, you know what, I want to do something different and that's okay. Now it becomes a problem because the gender roles or those like traditional roles, I won't even say gender specific, those more traditional roles have played out in your life and in your relationship for so long, then you end up with a person who expects things from you because that's what you have always done and you're going to do instead of inviting your partner in to say, hey, we are a team. So
mm.
now you're struggling financially and she looking at you like you stupid because you was giving her $3,000 while she didn't just start not helping with the kids. Okay? She didn't just start not hanging with the family. She been doing shit like that. So, because people like that don't just come out of a bag one day and start doing that. They've been showing those signs. So I feel like he's kind of like created a monster in a sort of sense. And then two, you try to leave before, but your slightly autistic daughter stopped you. Baby, people who are autistic are not stupid. They're not dumb. They're not mentally handicapped. They have they have a different way of processing information, but that doesn't mean that you can't share that with them. And slightly autistic is crazy because what does that even mean? Is she on the spectrum or not? Like, and so you can absolutely do that. Those children go through changes all the damn time and ain't no different. And so you better than me because she would have been left and on the curb a long time ago doing shit like that with me, and then using money that I've given to you to create a savings. 3,000. Did you say 3,000 a month?
Yes.
Crazy. And you ain't got no savings, girl, please. If Jimmy gave me $3,000 a month, do you know what I could do? Please.
What could you do?
Baby, I could flip it, stick it, and reverse it, okay? I would be making that money do a couple things because it's given to me to save and to build on it. And I would be doing that for the mindset of anything could happen to either one of us. So how do we make the most of this money that he's giving to me while also benefiting and taking care of the things that I need because he gave it to me, but also making sure that should I need anything or we need anything, I can. When I go out somewhere and I want to spend $1,200, I got it because I've been saving and having some of those things. So it's just crazy to me that you've let somebody that long run you into the ground and allow you to take the money that you work hard for and then not show you any appreciation for it, and then you right into a little like a relationship section like, oh my god, my wife is abusing. Well, you let her.
And did. And you know what? I think the other piece of that is like, wow. So you didn't you didn't put your own little piece of change away.
No,
You said here's the money. You figure out what we need to do with it. That is crazy to me. Do you
makes no
think
sense.
because he said that he was Latino, obviously that was mentioned for a reason because of course I think that the subtext is that, like
Yeah,
family is like super important. I'm sure that like he doesn't want to get divorced or it's some how they go.
yeah, yeah.
Tight knit religious. I'm sorry, but I feel like there's no redemption here.
No. Mm-mm. No, especially not. And I get like, or to the earlier point, like I get not wanting to leave family and da 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 da, but like to the cost of your mental health and your sanity and clearly your money, boo, because you've been running it down to the ground, ain't been saving for your own self to run her bag up, and she been having a good time, and now y'all both looking at each other
I
penniless.
feel like she's lying. I feel like she's completely lying about not having no like. I feel like she got that money
Yeah.
tucked.
That's probably true too, because there's no way. I mean, I won't say there's no way that you burning through $3,000 that
And she has
quickly
her own
each month.
job.
See, and that's the part for me. So yeah, she's definitely lying. Or there's a man somewhere that's involved, or a woman. I won't even say that. But there's somebody else involved because like what else are you spending that money on? Are you driving a Rolls Royce, honey? Are you driving a BMW? What are you doing? Are you driving a Mercedes? Huh? Because what is going on where you're spending $3,000 so fast that he's not even noticing the things that you bring in the house, the like
Mm.
what the clothes you wear, any of those things. If Jimmy was getting an extra $3,000, I know that he would be spending it on things that he would want, need, and I wouldn't be like, this is a new shirt. Where you get that from? Wow, this is a nice bag. What would you doing? What are you doing with that? You going out to eat 3-4 times a day? Damn, you spent $750 in Jimmy Choo, Jimmy Chow, or whatever the hell it is the other day on sushi. Nobu, down to the Nobu, honey. What you doing? What's going on? Where you get that money from? Are you prostituting? So just weird for me.
Mm. Well, so I guess the question is it really that deep?
Hell yeah, it's really that deep. Get your ass up out that house.
Okay, I agree. I think y'all let it go. And like I said, m- if y'all got thoughts, the folks who listen, y'all got thoughts, I will be happy to drop them in the Facebook group
Please.
and say they came
Cause we
from
definitely gonna get
said they came
down.
from
We
us.
gonna get the TikTok. We gonna get down to the TikTok with this one. Okay? Because I want to see
Period.
what the people got to say.
Okay. We are going to see what the people got to say. Well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that wraps up. Is it really that deep?
Amen. Amen.
All right, my God, we have made it to the last section of this show.
We did. We did so
Jesus.
good. I didn't barf
I need
either.
to
So
get
yay.
I know, like we gotta get you down to the Pepto,
Bed. That's
to
what it is. The bed.
whatever the
I don't
bed.
pop my
Yes.
Tums, honey. I keep them on me like a Glock. Okay.
Tum to tum tum. Tums.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this this has been on my mind a little bit. uh the topic that I just want to talk about for the meat of the show is just trying new things and why it's important.
It's time to eat. We're serving up truth that you sent me.
So over the weekend, I did something for the first time ever. I did karaoke.
Okay.
I went down to the bar with
Mm-hmm.
the girlies. We did karaoke at the bar. It did well. First off, there was nobody else in the bar, and the guy who was doing the karaoke, who was running, he was like, "Hey, y'all!" I think it was like 5 or 6 of us in there in my group,
Okay.
and we were the only folks in there, and the the guy hosting the show just kept doing the karaoke, him and the bartender, because nobody else. I mean, it was just us. So we got up in there and we just decided to grab the mic and just do a little
Do the
beatbox
things.
1, 2, and I did Defying Gravity, and I was like, of course, I was like super
Because what
nervous
else would
about
you
it
do?
because why not? It's a Wicked month, right? Like why not? But prior to that, my friend Justin, he did, and we all sang with him. We did Dream Girls. We did, it's the song that's before she does And I'm Telling You. The one where he's like, Effie, we all got pain.
Yeah.
We did that. We did.
What is it called? Damn. I can't remember right now because you asked me.
Yeah, so we all did
It's
that.
all
And like I
over.
said, yes, we did It's All Over. So it was great. And that kind of like set the tone because we were all just having fun. And we were just having a good time. And because I always tell myself, like, I don't want to do this. Like, like, I don't want to hear my own voice doing nobody's karaoke, child.
That's
But
really interesting.
yeah, child, I already cringe enough trying to edit these.
Do you really?
Yeah, like,
You have
I
such
just
a
hate
natural, like, radio voice.
hate it. I hate it so bad.
I've heard that feedback
But I
from
was very
several
proud of
people.
myself doing doing that type of thing. Because I when I was online way back, way back, I learned a lot about. Oh, sheesh! I learned a lot about humility and just not taking yourself too serious because I feel like you miss out on just letting loose and having fun. You take yourself too serious about things,
Ooh, drag man.
and I think that kind of that has like when we look at like older folks who parents, grandparents, those folks, they have instilled in us to not to like honestly be afraid to like try new things. Like how hard it probably be to get your grandma to like try some sushi or something. Like no, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
eating that.
Let alone a
It's
damn
like,
taco, honey.
yeah, okay, or like I'm not going there, or whatever the case
Yeah.
is. Um, and I think I think it's super important for us as younger people to keep our minds open. And I'm just wondering for you, what's something that you tried as like an adult that you was like, oh my God, even though I did it, I don't have to do it again. But at least I'm so happy that I at least tried to do.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a lot of things. One of the things that I'm doing now is I'm in an acting repertoire company thing. And so they had a show, like you just do, it's an improv show. So there's not a lot of like scripting or whatever. But
Hmm.
what was interesting is I joined the group because I said I needed to do something public facing that was in my like creative wheelhouse that I hadn't done before, and that was to be in some sort of troupe. And so it just so happened that last week, when they had their like first improv show, I couldn't do it because I was trying to get myself together to do teaching or whatever. And I sat in the audience and I was like, wow, looking at them, and I was like, damn, there's that fear again. I was like, oh well, I could have done it. And I was like, no, I got teaching. I can run away from it. And so one of the things that I said that I was going to try to do is just be on stage and be comfortable with being silly and not
Mhm.
taking myself so seriously, because it robs you of being in the moment, experiencing all the feels, meeting the people and doing all the things. So I've been trying to just get into acting and like improv for fun, like just having a good time to loosen me up, because to your very point, if you have a fear, you will rob yourself of so many good experiences. And I think that was a good way to shake me up a little bit, to be like, you know what, you don't have to take yourself so seriously. Like everybody is in here doing the same shit, making the
Yeah.
same mistakes, learning the exact same way. So why are you worried about how you might look in front of someone? Which is why I don't do karaoke also, which when you brought this up, I was like, damn, this is so interesting. I don't do karaoke because I was a music major who was supposed to be singing. And so I have this weird feeling of like going up and not doing such a good job that someone would come up to me and be like, wow, you really performed that. And it's like, ain't nobody thinking about how good you sound, bitch. We came to have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
but I have such a hard time separating the two that I just don't do it. And so I find it so fun that people are like, you know what? Fuck it. I am just going to go up here and I'm about to holler into this mic, but I'm about to sing and have such a good time. And I have not been able to capture that feeling yet.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's so like I can point to like a couple of things that I've done. Like I can't swim, but I did snorkel in Mexico,
Okay.
terrified. Okay, I'm like, I got this life jacket on, I'm gonna just do it. Because when
Mm-hmm.
you like when you're out doing like if you're out doing water sports,
Mm-hmm.
then you're like out there, and then
Yeah.
the instructor or whoever, they're like, you might as well. You already drove the boat all the way all the way out
Yeah. It's
here.
like, ugh.
And then I like when I have these moments, I feel like I've learned to just kind of like disassociate myself a little bit. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like my mind, it just goes blank and I'm just like, boom, we're just gonna have fun.
Oof, that
Not
sounds
thinking about
so
nothing else.
scary.
uh, look, hey, I think
That sounds
look,
so scary.
it's been really helpful. I mean, it's one of these. Hey, this is part of
It's the
how the
control
podcast
freak in
different
me.
things. That
It's a control
helpful.
thing. I'm a control freak. So like thinking
Mm,
about letting go and just being like, you know
mm,
what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna think about it. The anxiety that rises in me is like, okay, well, how are you gonna look? Are you gonna die? Are people watching you? Are you like, did you keep your shirt down? Did you put your pants? Like what? I have so many thoughts. And not to the point where like it will ultimately like cripple me so bad where I can't like be in public and be judged, but there is a constant like growing voice in the back of my head that does sometimes rob me of like initially just going in and doing something, whereas I will stunt myself a little bit and allow somebody else to go and do the things when it's like, girl, you could have got your ass up there and sit down by now. And it's like, you know
yeah.
what? Wow. And so watching them on stage, I was like, you know what? You are a little stupid for being so fearful of X or whatever you were doing. So it's like there's nothing wrong with having the fear, but don't not do the thing. So like try it to see how it works out. I mean, with even with food, I'm a really big like picky person around food, but like there's been some things that I've just openly not tried just because I didn't
Mhm.
want to, and I was like, oh, and it's like, girl, you are robbing yourself of a culinary experience. Go out there and eat that goat cheese, honey. Eat
Just
it.
taste it. When
Just taste it.
when I was in Japan earlier this year, we did like this food experience where it was like raw fish, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 16 courses or something, and it's like some of this stuff was slimy. It was like very like fresh, very fear factor in some cases.
Yeah.
And I definitely did not try everything because I was like, I can't go with this thing. But I'm glad I did have an experience like that.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm like I'm in Japan, like why not? Like when am I ever
Yeah.
gonna do this again? And I do want to drop this one little thing here. I know we're not like a super explicit, but I do want to say this piece. So for the people who this might be too much TMI, so you can
Mm-hmm.
in here make sure you follow and subscribe, blah blah blah, blah, tell your friends about us, whatever.
Just that
Just in case, just in
the
case
late
you
night
want to hear,
special light for the flick on.
just in case you don't want to hear it. So let me tell you, there was this. When was this? Like 2 years ago, I think it's been. So I had my first topping experience,
Okay.
and
Okay.
oh my God, yeah. Because I had
Okay.
this is so crazy. This is so crazy, right? Um, I had a friend who was like, we were just like messing around, whatever. It was just, it's cool.
Huh? Yeah.
But my friend was like, I'm gonna get you to try this one day. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. I'm not gonna do this. It's not my jam.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like this weird, it was such a weird feeling evening. Because
Mm-hmm.
that person, he would never, I would always go to his place. And he decided to drive in his car all the way from DC all the way over here back to my little spot in Maryland. And my roommate was gone at the time, so I had the apartment to myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had no intention of doing this thing,
Wow.
but that night, once the folks are like, all right, well, I guess it's time to go to bed. Then then he is like, well,
Here we are.
here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this is without me being like super graphic about it, but like uh I was like, oh wow. I was like, wow, this is a thing that's happening. And I mean,
I can only imagine mid experience like holy shit.
yeah, I'm
We're
like, I'm gonna
here.
just go with it. I said, I'm gonna just go with it. And I
That's hilarious.
did. And I was like, after it was done, I was like, oh, well, I'm glad. Well, I'm at least glad I did it. Do I need to do it again? No.
Yeah.
But I can say that I tried it.
I've done it.
I tried it.
That's so good. I no. I mean, yeah. But
She said no.
no.
I mean,
I mean, maybe, but like for the most part, no. So
no.
like
But
no.
no,
No.
no, thank
No.
you. And so
No.
what is so funny about it is that I'm like from like at least for like the rest of the
Mhm.
year, it's sometime after I'm like, yeah, I'm versed. Like this is
I'm screaming. I'm screaming.
this
You say, you
is
know what? New year, new me. I like, I don't know what's happening here. I might be a different person now.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. No, I could
So
never even imagine myself being like, yeah, bro,
not yet,
owning the
bro.
type. Bro is crazy. Bro is so crazy. Bro is so crazy because instantly, if you were topping, honey, what other language would you use other than bro, right? I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
It's just such an interesting. I think it's like it's not that I don't want to try it. I've always said that like it is so intriguing to me because the power that I possess as the opposite position to that, the way that some people clamor and that my own husband clamors to it, there's something so powerful about it. But like
Mm,
the thought of like flipping that, like what?
that's
No,
funny.
I don't
I
no
cry.
new for me. Like no. So I don't know. Like I'm really happy you did that. I think that is admirable of you. I would have been in the middle of that, like, you know what, babe? This was fun.
This is
I
you
got us
said,
here.
well, yes, like,
Yep, I got us
well,
here. We got 2 in, 2 pumps. I think that's all I got. That's all I got, sister. Gotta
yeah.
go. So do you
This
want to
is
get
cute.
back
Thank you.
here? Back here? Okay, perfect. Girl, you know what? Commendable. Let's give you a round of applause
Yes.
because you
Yes.
at least you
Clap.
know and can say, clap for the heavyweight champ. Let's clap for him.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
see how
yeah.
she came back up out of nowhere.
Yes, you did.
Wow,
Yeah.
the haunting.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
I say all
that's
that to say,
hilarious.
I know it's that's so so
Get your
crazy.
top on, girl.
To get your top on. I say all that to
Mm-hmm.
say, try new things. Don't be afraid. I feel like this is the perfect time to get ready to make your or at least start thinking about next year and like what cool things you may want to get into. So
And if you haven't,
that's
you
all
need
I
to put
have.
topping at the top of your list.
Yes. Yes.
Please. Please. And
Top
for those
of
of
the
you
year.
out there that are questioning if you should buy them, add it to the top of your list. Okay? Add it to
Yes.
the top of your list.
Yes.
Try new things. Okay?
Flip
I'm here
flop.
for it. Flip it, flop it. Flip it, flop it. And I ain't talking about the ones from the Dollar Tree.
Period. All right. So
We played too damn much.
I think that was enough to wrap up this
It
episode.
was. It was.
This was
This is crazy.
very this is very crazy how that happened.
It was. Yeah.
Um
Yeah. I like
all
it.
right, well, this is fun.
Thank you all. Thank you all so
Yes.
much. We couldn't have done this
And
without
make sure
you.
y'all subscribe to our YouTube. The page is
You
growing.
and
TikTok.
you are really eating it up with this. The star,
Yes.
subscribe. I love it.
Yes, please. We gotta get the we are
It's the
growing and
branding.
growing and growing and I appreciate, all of our new our new listeners and viewers and things like that. So
Yes.
it's
Thank
all
you for
great. It's
subscribing and engaging. We love that.
yes. All right. So that wraps it
All
up
right.
this week. Oh, and I just want to leave you all with one more thing. So we have 2 more episodes.
2 more.
2 more before we pretty much wrap up this season of the show. So that's going to take y'all up until about Thanksgiving. And then we're
Mm-hmm.
going to come back for just a quick little one-off in December. And then we are really going to be on a cute break until the new year. So, but we'll
Yeah.
still feed you in some way.
And we will be
So
blessing the children. Don't even worry.
we will, but we just need a quick little hiatus so we can
Mm-hmm.
recharge.
Not
Our
hiatus.
hiatus. All right. See ya.
All right. Bye-bye. Hiatus is sending me.